Okay, looking at the first one, what information does it give us?
Mathematical.
It's giving us a percent, and it's giving us a number, right? We know, no matter what, Baca, that we're always going to have something over 100. You're going to write that every single time. It's always going to be over 100. We know what the percent is, right? So we're going to put it in there, 75. Go ahead and put that.
On the paper or
On the paper or a separate sheet of paper, it doesn't matter. If you have enough room, do it on the paper, because you're actually going to turn this in. Shoot? Okay, good.
Wait, shoot. Oh, sorry.
Okay, are we good so far?
yeah.
Thumbs up, down, sideways. Baca, please, can I see your eyeballs? I want to record this lesson once. I don't want to have to redirect. Okay, good. Good talk. Okay, so next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put 35 at the bottom, and I'm going to explain why. 35 at the bottom and X at the top. Find 75% of 35. That's what it's saying, right?
Can I write X over 35 on the other side of the...
Oh, you can, yeah. Well, I would prefer you didn't. Can I explain why? Because in the formula, it's part 100%, 100. If you write it this way, you're always going to have it right. 100 always goes at the bottom. So if you write on the X on the other side, you're writing 100 on the other side, right? When this is the actual formula.
What if it was 35 over X? You can't do that.
We're going to talk about that. So,
Will it be
75% of 35, okay? Well, we talked about how to solve this, right? We've been working on this for a few weeks. So we're going to cross multiply.
But I mean, definitely. No, I'm done with this.
Okay, good talk. Okay, so we're going to multiply these, right? So we're going to have 100x equals 35 times 75. Okay, write that down.
Wait, what is that? 35 times what?
35
times 75.
Times 75. Okay, everyone, calculators on your desk, please, because we're going to work through these together. Put it in your bag.
What?
Put it in your bag.
It's not what?
Put it in your bag. Okay, tell me what 35 times 75 is.
2,625?
No.
What was that?
Yes.
How to do that?
Try again. 35 times 75.
2,625.
Very good.
That's what I said.
20, no it's not, we're not done yet. So 35 times 75 is $26.25, not $26.25.
Sure.
$26.25.
I get to
2,600.
Wolf, not right now.
Mr. Peters, then you would just put 100 over it
100x,
and then put the...
this means multiplying, so we're going to divide by 100. We're going to divide by 100. Okay? Someone put that in the calculator, tell me the answer.
Wait, what? 100 by the what?
How should I calculate
100 divided by.
26.25?
Yep. So my answer is 26.25. Let me explain what we just solved. Okay?
Okay.
75% of 35 is 26.25.
Yeah.
All we have to do is follow this formula every time. Okay? Now let me tell you how I knew where to put things. Okay? Percent always goes on the top over 100. It's always that way. This part gets confusing sometimes, right? Well, let me explain how. 75% of 35. Okay? It's asking for a percentage of 35. Isn't that less than 35?
Yeah.
Yes. That's why it goes on the bottom. Okay?
So less doesn't matter.
75% of 35. If you walk in to the store and it says 40% off, okay, off of a price, is the price going to be lower or higher?
Lower.
Very good. So 75% of 35, that means the lower number needs to go up top. We don't know what it is.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mr. Peters,
Okay.
so wait, there wasn't a test yesterday.
No, we're focused here. We're focused here. No, we're focused here.
Alright.
Okay, good talk. Okay, any questions on this one? If you remember where this stuff goes, percentage goes at the top, 100 at the bottom, and then we need to figure out this part, correct? So we look at the problem. It says 75% of 35, okay? So we know 35 is the big number. We don't know what the small one is. Now we know how to solve this. Cross multiply, divide, and we solve for the unknown. Believe it or not, see how these are all written out, how they're different? They're all solved exactly the same way. Okay? So, if we're going to this one, what did I always tell you that was at the bottom?
100.
Okay, write that please.
57 over 100?
You want to be.
Can I put 57 over 100?
Don't we have a percent?
Yeah.
Okay, write it above there. 115. It's a percent. What goes at the top? Percent. Right at the top. Good.
What if that be an impossible card?
We're not worried about that right now. All we're doing is setting up the problem. Wolf, can I get your head up, please?
I know.
I know, just stay with me. I want to see eyeballs. Okay, now, let's digest this for a minute. 115% of 57. Is it going to go higher or is it going to go lower?
Lower.
Think about it.
Higher.
Lower.
If I say to you that you have $10 in your pocket and I'm going to give you 115% of that,
Higher.
very good, because it's more than a whole, right? It's 115%. So where's this number going to go?
Top.
The bottom.
Top.
No,
Where's
sir.
the bottom? The bottom?
115% of 57. So what's going to be the part, what's going to be the whole? This number, us multiplying, this number is going to be higher, right?
Part.
So 57 is going to go at the top.
Yes, it's the part.
I got it
Let me explain why. Once again, we're going to take 57 and we're going to multiply it by 115%. Is it going to go higher than 57 or lower than 57?
Higher.
right? Higher.
Higher. Higher. So the higher number goes at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quarter. 1/4, 4 makes a dollar. The whole goes on the bottom. Right? Okay, let's go ahead and solve. We know how to solve, right? We're going to take 57 times 100 equals 115x. Right?
Yeah.
I really, really, really would wish you would participate. This is an assignment. Okay, good talk. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, what's this right here?
100.
Stop it.
Division.
57.
Multiplication Good. equals 115x, and then we divide, right?
Yeah.
What is 5700 divided by 115?
57.
How much?
57.
Yeah. Yep, divide, right? Because we got to get the x by itself, right? So what goes in the top when we're figuring this out? Didn't I just answer it? The numerator. The numerator always goes in the calculator first.
Those answers are 115.
Well, you tell me. Put 5700 in your calculator
It's 49.56.
and divide it by 115. Now we have to round, right? So our number is 49.565. We're only going to focus on this third digit, okay? If it's 5 or above, Mercedes, we're going to increase this number by 1. So our actual answer is 49.57. If it's 4 or below, just get rid of it. Are we clear? Okay, these, what we're doing right here, you want to write these steps out, okay? Okay, good. Okay, so what did we answer? We know 115% of 57 is 49.57.
Would it be 57 because of the 5 rounded
Can you answer
Would this
that?
be 57?
No, 49.
That's 565. That increases this number by 1.
Also, it would be 57.
Yes. Now, I have a question. Anybody see anything wrong with that?
Like what?
Digest it. Does anyone see anything wrong with it?
Numbers in higher.
There, very good.
What?
Very good. Good, Ruben. So what does that mean?
What do you mean?
What's wrong?
Wait, what? What happened?
Okay, let me explain why I did that. If you're 115%, without knowing any of the numbers, doesn't the number have to be higher? Okay, well, we know this is 100, we know this is 115, so what happened? There's only one other choice, right?
Bad man.
What's wrong?
We
Oh,
multiplied
we
something
put the
wrong.
lower number on.
Very good. Good. Okay, so 57 on the bottom.
See, I got it right the first time. I said it in the bottom.
No, I did it on purpose because I want you guys, I want you to see, oh, hold up. 57, 49.57, that number has to be higher. I want you to know, if you come up with an answer, you're able to look at that problem and say, nope, I got it wrong. I got it wrong because I know that this number has to be higher than that number. Make sense?
I was gonna ask you that right now. I said 150.
We got it. That makes me happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this problem, right? So this is going to change all this, isn't it? Yes, of course it is. We're going to have 100x, Wilson, stay with me please,
I erased it.
and 57 times 115.
You did this to me because I had a pen.
Well, there's pencils in the back provided to you. And remember, I'm recording, please.
6,555.
Thank you. Okay, so multiply these out. 6, 5, 5, 0 equals 100x. Then we're going to divide both sides by 100. Now I'm going to show you something. Well, watch this.
Did you erase something, sir?
Yeah, I erased the other part of the problem. Yeah. I did it. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. Don't say that. Well, I intentionally switched the numbers because our number ended up being smaller, which isn't possible. If we have 115% of a number, that number has to be higher.
So this is
So-
wrong?
No, it's not necessarily wrong. You still want to write it down. Now we're going to this. We're correcting it.
That's because I'm not going to fit it, that's why. So I told you what happened to the...
Okay, you have a separate sheet of paper if you want to number it and then staple together. That's cool. Mercedes.
Is that 6.555 or 6,500?
I actually want to talk about that. Okay? When we divide by 100, all we're really doing is moving the decimal place twice, so we really don't have to do the math here. Okay? So we can go from here and we can move the decimal place twice and we have our answer. 65.55. Okay? That is our answer. Now let's talk about what this is. 57 of 115, the number has to be higher, right? Okay, when you guys do your problems, ask yourself that. Then you'll know whether you put it in the right spot or not. Does that make sense? If we got a higher number right from the get-go, we knew we were good. But we got a lower number when we did it. It's not possible. 115% means the number is larger. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good talk. Okay, next one. A lot of times the problem will tell you what is going on. Okay? So we have two numbers, right? What goes on top, smaller or larger?
Smaller.
Smaller. So 13 over 40. What did I tell you was always on the other side?
100.
100. Okay, let's stop for a second.
Dex.
It's saying what percent. If I asked you, well, what? Huh? What?
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 I don't know.
What? What? It's a question, right? What? And it should follow, right? What percent? Make sure it's off.
That's mine. Yeah, that kind of sounds the same. Like if someone flipped a glass cup in the middle of the hallway.
Wilson, do you have this written down? Good talk.
Yeah.
off?
Yes. Okay, we don't know what the percent is, so we're going to call it X. Okay? So this problem actually told us. It says what percent? It's always over 100. Right? So what percent? That's going to be X. We don't know what percent is. We have the small number. We have the large number. Do we understand how we see this?
Yeah.
Now, see how this one's saying find? We don't necessarily know. Right? But we know that we have a percent. It's always over 100. So really, we're just guessing in between these. But if you learn to read these problems, 75% of 35, 75% of it means it's a smaller number. 115 means it's a larger number, right? So that tells us where the 57 goes, and that tells us where the 35 goes. Are we tracking?
Oh shit.
Okay, you're going to get enough practice. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this one. We're going to cross multiply this, 13 times 100. Yep, and then 40x. Right? So now we're 1300 equals 40x. We're going to divide by 40. We're going to divide by 40. And that's going to give us our answer, right?
32.5.
32.5.
Just in case for number 4, do you need to put a question mark?
Yes. Yeah, I've hit it too many times. Okay, so let's talk about what we just solved here. We got 32.5, right? Hold up. 32.5. 13 over 40. We don't know what the percent is. The problem told us we know what the percent is. It's 32.5%. So if it's asking you what percent, that's where your x is going. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Gives just you two numbers. Smaller number goes on top, larger number goes on the bottom. Okay? So sometimes the problem tells you, what percent? What percent? We know what the x is. Go, Wolf. Are you good? Okay, so we got the same one here, right? What always goes with the bottom that I told you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Wolf. Remember we're lecturing. Okay, good.
I'm confused.
Okay, we have two numbers, right? It's asking what percent is. What percent? Here's our formula. We don't know what this is. It's going to be x over 100. Part, remember the quarter. A quarter, 4 makes $1, right? So 4 quarters is the whole, part is the 1 quarter, correct?
That's what you got. That's
Okay.
confused on.
Part, whole. Smaller number, larger number. What do I have right here?
Smaller or larger?
Look, no, look up, stay with me. I have 40. Which throw? Well, up at the board. Which number's smaller?
13.
Okay, so 13 is going to go at the top, right? And 40 is going to go at the bottom. Understand?
Yeah, but what about that? I'm confused with the x. Is it always supposed to go over the 100? Or, I don't know. I'm confused with that.
If the problem is asking what percent, then that means we don't know what the percent is, right? Look at the formula. Percent is at the top. Look up, look up, look up, look up. Percent is at the top. So it's always over 100. We don't know what percent is. That's the question it's asking. It's saying what percent. Okay? So we know it's going to be x over the 100. Got it? Yes, no? Well, if I need feedback to whether I need to go over it again. I want to make sure you get it. Hey, I'm trying to help you out. Like, let's get past it.
I know, but
Okay, ask me a question if you don't understand.
it's good.
No, it's not good. Look.
No, like this.
No, what? Look, this one's exactly the
No,
same.
it's cool. I got it. It's good.
Okay, number 4 is just like number 3, right? What percent? What is it asking us?
20%.
We don't know what it is, right? So 100 over x, right? And then what did I tell you about the numbers?
Smallest plus first.
Yep.
Is it always
The small one at the top.
73.
Yeah, the small one.
No. Was it x over this one? Was it x over this one? This one, if it says what percent, yes. Because it's asking us, what is it? What is it is x. We don't know what it is. We're trying to solve for it.
So if it says what, then you have to 100.
It's always 100 no matter what, and any of the problems. Okay, good. Okay, so we have this problem set up and we can solve it now, right? So we're going to cross multiply. So 73 times 100 equals 200x. So this becomes 7,300. Well, what's 73 times 100, right? 73 times 100, 7,300, and 200 times x, 200x.
Okay.
Then we're going to divide, right? Because we need the x by itself. So 7,300 divided by 200.
36.5. 36.5.
Sounds about right. There we go. So the what percent, us solving this x, is 36.5. Are we good so far? Okay, let's look at this one. 27 is 43% of what number? Okay? Now, let's digest this for a second. We know it's 100 at the bottom, right? We know it's 43 at the top. Does everyone see why? It told us what the percent is. The percent goes at the top. It's always over 100. So we got part of the problem set up right from the get-go, right? Now we just got to figure out what the other one is. 27 is 43% of what number? 27 is 43%. If we're taking 43% of this number, is it smaller or is it larger?
Smaller.
It's smaller. So doesn't that mean that 27 goes at the bottom?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now I want to go back here again. 75% has to be smaller, right? It's not 100%. This one, 115%. That means it's larger, right? So the percent tells us. I'll tell you, most of these problems, when you have the percentages, the number's going to go at the bottom. Almost all the time. The only time it's not is when it's over 100%. Are we clear? Put it away in your bag. Put it away in your bag, please. Okay, well, I'll wait. In your bag. Wolf, are you tracking?
Wait, so if it's over 100%,
Well, you can chill next semester. Feel me? Get this. Get this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and solve this, right? Once again, 43 goes at the top over 100. We know this number's smaller. 27 is going at the top. X at the top, 27 at the bottom. Then we're going to cross multiply. Yep. So 100x equals, what was that?
20,161.
11.61. That's the answer.
It's 2.
Yes, it's 2.
I did
Good.
it.
Put it in your calculator again. 27 times 43.
47 times what?
27 times 43.
Oh, it's
If it helps write this out, write it out this way.
I got
1161.
116.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to divide by 100. We're going to divide by 100, and our answer is 11.61.
Oh,
Baca, stay with us, please.
I am, sir.
No, you're not. You're right.
You are.
Okay, 43 is a percent. It's going at the top. We know this number has to be less than 27 at the bottom, x at the top. Do this step because it helps you, okay? Don't automatically calculate it because if you get it in the wrong spot, then you're going to get it wrong. Now, let's think about this. 27 is 43% of a number. We know that it's smaller. Is our number smaller?
yeah.
It is. It is. And 50% of 27 is what?
51.
What if you take 27 and divide it by 2? What's the answer? 13 something, right? It's pretty close. It's pretty close, right? So you want to be thinking about that. Is this answer close? Nice, good thing about this, it's all even. It's just decimal places moving, right? Okay, next one. 15 is 10% of what number? What's the larger number? Which one? The unknown. So we're going to be x over 15 equals 10 over 100, right? Any questions? It told us what, it's saying what number. So we know it's on this side. 15%, 15 is 10%, so that means less. 15 at the bottom, x at the top. It's telling us 10%. We put the percent where it is, over 100. Now, Baca, we're going to cross multiply. So we're going to be 100x equals 15 times 10. So this is 1,500. Anyone?
Where?
What?
What's 15 times 10?
150?
I got 150. It's
Put it in your calculators, please.
150.
Thank
It's
you.
150.
Not this one.
Okay, and then We're gonna divide by 100, we're gonna divide by 100, what's our answer?